Thousands of Sydney-siders braved pouring rain for the Mardi Gras parade last night to loudly and proudly celebrate the diversity that exists in our nation.
While the skies were grey and wet, there was no shortage of rainbows out in Sydney last night as the 34th Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras took to the streets. And it wouldn't be Mardi Gras without dykes on bikes revving up the crowd and kicking off the parade.
The adrenaline that's pumping through you, and all you can hear is the blood rushing in your ears, and all these people just screaming, and it's just electrifying.
But behind all the glitter and bright costumes hides a much darker history.
People decided to march to King's Cross, and we went up that way. That's when the drama unfolded.
It started as a small street parade on a June night back in 1978, at a time when being gay was against the law. When police moved in, tensions exploded into a full-blown riot that still haunts Peter Murphy more than 3 decades on.
We could see people on the ground being kicked by the police, and so we just grabbed people and dragged them away from the police.
Peter was one of 53 people arrested that night.
They beat me all around my hairline. They beat me, around my ribs. They tried to break my leg. I was in convulsions. I thought I would die.
Police were slammed for their brutal response, and Australia's gay rights movement was born. Fast forward 34 years, and the parade has evolved into lavish costumes and outrageous floats, but has held on to its heritage as a protest voice for equal rights.
There still needs to be awareness that there is injustice, there is discrimination, there is bullying and exclusion of people.
It's a way that we can all get together and come together in one big family.
And that's what it's all about for Susan Cook. Last night was her first time marching with sons Daniel and Richard.
I'm very proud. It's great to be part of it. Great to meet all the families.
It means a lot now that we're off and we're marching and we're with everyone else, and it's great. I love Happy Mardi Gras.
But Mardi Gras copped criticism a few years back for becoming too much about the glitter at the expense of its political roots. Numbers dropped and financial problems set in.
That had become just a bit of a party with no real gravitas. And I think that in the last few years there's been a better balance that's been found between the political and the celebration.
Now Australia's biggest street parade is getting back to ruffling some political feathers.
Right now the political focus point is on marriage equality because it's that last remaining piece of discrimination under federal law. The spectacle brings in the political change. So you need the big show for the topic to be brought up.
Sydney's Mardi Gras has come a long way in the past 3.5 decades, but for those it represents, it's just as important today as ever.
We have a lot of people feeling alienated, and Mardi Gras is an expression by one part of the community that we can overcome that. As a one who took part in arguing for it and helping promote it and being at it, I'm very proud of that.
Mardi Gras. Wow. Yay,
Absolutely.
Happy Gras.
What a great celebration of life it is. But, I had no idea just how seriously some participants take their costumes.
How long did that take to put together?
You really don't want to know, do you? From the original costume sketch to completion, 10 years.
Wow. He could have whipped down a bird costumes or us, but he didn't.
More importantly, I'd like to know how long it would take Husey to make one of them.
Not as long, but it wouldn't be as good.
We're going to take a break. Back in a sec.